They've been the WNBA's two best. Here's Hull on the drive, floats it up.
Scoring has made her an elite player on the team.
Here's Kelsey Mitchell, who's been red hot. Clark looking ahead and finds Boston.
What a great play for Leah Boston.
Courtney Williams playing catch. Williams, here is Clark. Clark with that float shot.
Really step up her game.
Mitchell launches in the WNBA, and they've been playing.
And then Leah Boston doing a Leah Boston alive, not only with her shot, but
here it goes. Seemed destined to finish. Smith with the offensive rebound. Tried
the scoring threat this season has just kind of even adapt within the season.
4 games. Smith catching.
You have to be able to put a hand up on all.
And any team in the WNBA, this is barely going. In Boston with a massive size.
It really took advantage there down low. The ball up there, she does a good job recognizing the help, especially with the block on here. Let's hold what a really treasured thing.
Here's Kelsey Mitchell, catch and shoot. Fever shooters in the Minnesota perimeter. There's Mitchell, head full of steam.
Player, she loves going down her from the left, so it's hard to recover.
Boston deep, and once again it's Clark.
Be quicker than the team, but right here, such a great team.
Up and down. Here's Clark, catch and shoot.
She said this will be the game you go back.
And this is on a 3.
Knowing where the ball is going to come off everything.
Williams crossing up hole and from the mid-range.
But she can also put the ball on the floor. So
just checked in. She's a good defender too.
Get to that sweet spot.
Driving on.
The respect that these players have for her.
3 driving on. Heidemann leads in, flips it off season, and for the foul.
Eyes for perfection. And within herself as well, but she's
has not checked out of the game here. Court pass. That is a deep 3 from Clark. Looking aggressive. Clark launching. Clark pushing the pace on the other end. On one, she'll bounce for Mitchell. Mitchell
in training camp, but as time goes on, I think they both want the same thing as far as the
Hull coming up with another steal. Splits the double team. In fact, Bentley with the offensive rebound. And
player that again the Fever desperately.
Extra pass. And Lassini. Clark sets up Dantas. And Bria Gossine. Goal here. That's a difficult look of Good Eats. It's one of the top defenses in the league. It's Asia Wilson. Over kick back. Here's a fact. Bentley through. Lassini.
With the exact same energy. And
I guess if you're the opponent. But
players to score.
Heidemann attacking Clark. Found a spot in the WNBA. It's Clark.
I mean, not only with her passing, but also. And then flip side of that, Clark has that floater.
Second units.
Well, she couldn't quite stay out of.
Hines Allen, aggressive take. They've got a really good, just blows by Collier and late. Collier extra pass. And there's
super high, but she has a great job. But we've seen that
tested for the 3rd time this season.
Fine.
Open 3. Now she'll take it and
knock it down, no hesitation.
Collier and Lynn Dunn are
to the day, all hours.
To a nice start. He's getting. Beats Boston, who will launch.
Flourish since the beginning of this. Do what works and play how they.
19. Their 39. They've already won 5 more games than a year. Mitchell, extra pass. Extra pass. McBride catch and shoot. Clark the hesitation. Clark the floater.
Here's the halftime reports, whatever the case.
It's amazing how quickly that Mitchell into traffic. Shot too strong.
Is really what's making this team so special. That makes it tough on the defense because it means cut in front of you. So that's tough.
Into a double team, lofts it up for Boston. Question. Haas launches.
The miss or the makes. It's just.
But Collier's having scores in the WNBA. Rebounds. The Sparks take on Angel Reese, and this rookie class has been on the handoff from Boston.
As you can see, Hines Allen did not like it's the first time they were going to the playoffs.
In this building, too. Look at Hines Allen. Carlton back for Williams, offensive foul. So look at Mitchell Clark playing.
Out for the Fever. Again, it's not always about the mix.
There is Williams on the drive, off balance. Great with the shot clock low, and Boston will. Hines Allen skip past Carlton.
Wasn't the best, but she's been able to really buck.
Iowa State knocking down. Have not trailed since the midway point of this. Clark fading, fire. Put her on that initial wrap around pass to Carlton, who lost her father just before the second half of the season. Alana Smith within 2.
I think that's how the rest of the game is going to go.
Boston backing her way in, flips it up.
Looked like it phased her.
So it's playing catch underneath. Smith muscling. He went into halftime with. Smith launches forward. Boston spinning into a double. Momentum clearly in the hands of the Minnesota playoffs with a ton of experience.
But it looks like they've had an answer.
Here's Smith rolling and change that.
But let the plays happen.
Clark stepping back, fading, firing. Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the handings for games in your area. Boston do a triple field goal. Carlton
Really good for offensive shot to get that moment. Great stopping pop there. Looks like she was going to go up and have that call.
Mitchell trying to Lexi hold another steal. Back stepping back into a deep two. That's a Collier straight away.
If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense.
And on the drive, gets inside and bangs. It's a 4-on-3. Clark right up the middle.
Collier is an excellent defense.
Keeps it Fever trying to hold down number 6. And
Moving with the person.
Mitchell seen the third as Collier working. Shooter. And Eastern. It's the National Women's Soccer League there. Here's Collier going coast to coast. But everything's difficult.
Just was able to embrace the concept.
Williams firing it inside. Collier hangs here on Indiana. Mitchell gets it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana. Williams. It's her second. Williams steps into a throw by Carlton. Clark hangs and Fisa Collier says the three, pulls up and connects. At least since the month of May.
It's the win. But you got it
on the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep here from the Lynx and Hines Allen. Shots. Hull steps into it too. Key moment in this game as Hines Allen maybe shuffled her feet here in the third quarter.
Opportunity to do that here, but
that'll send Indiana to the line.
Get some of this momentum back into the floor.
Off balance, feeds inside.
It's a great job just in all of her qualities.
Mitchell on the drive, the floater. That high-low for Minnesota. Clark trying to create, find some space. Shot. Oh, corner to the fourth. And the Fever launched by Fag Benley. Collier lines it over. Uhas comes up with the scissors from inside. And the goal wide open. Season long, they started the season 1-8. Joel putting on the move. Shot off the mark there. Carlton, corner three.
Defensive possession there.
After that 29-point third quarter. Instead looking inside for Boston.
The offense is going to make.
And it praise pregame. I think maybe both at times. That's to take a back.
College to last year to this year has been.
Pass. Williams steps into a three. Can't jump it up with Temi Fag Benley. And a lot of crossover. Williams gets inside. Floats.
That's really going to.
Setting up Clark. They just sell out crowd to their feet. Samuelson will check in. Hull gets a couple of minutes. Smith straight away. Boston one bounce. They're struggling to get any. Williams watches.
Well, that she just decided to go.
Samuelson open from the corner. Trying to pick her spot. Lob it inside. Skip pass. Inside. Mitchell watches.
Loves that energy there.
Into the corner. Carlton watches.
Know where she's at.
Clark, step back. Mitchell, step back. There by Caitlin. It stops the back. Clark is 25. Extra pass. Carlton. Big serve from Bridget Carlton. Boston. Another impact play. Lead is now 8. All of a sudden,
they're pumped up on the road.
Clark back for Samuelson. Driving on Samuelson. Gets fire in 50 seconds. Give him. Here is Clark. Difficult look. Boston thought about the three. She'll hoist. Carlton started all of it. Benley back for a hole. Under a minute left to play. Running into a double team. Dangerous pass. Hole near.
And she's done a great job of finding her.
Now a 4-point lead. So, and trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running in. After all of that,
team gets momentum. You got it.
They really set the tone. A little rattled off the final 5 points of the as they headed into the locker room, and they still
in it. So you have to be able to good.
There's Fag Benley from the corner. Lynx team going to prevail. It is the 99 here tonight. So we'll take a
and really just put a statement on how the rest of the game is going to go.
Sort of threatening here to open up the third. Boston backing her way in, flips it up.
As her looking at her elbow right now, it doesn't look like it phased her. So here, put it play.
Biggs playing catch underneath. Smith muscling. Pick up some of that momentum they went into halftime with. Smith launches. Chicago is taking that another step forward. Boston spinning into a double. Momentum clearly in the hands of the Minnesota. They'll head into the playoffs with a ton of experience. It'll be
tested all season long, but it looks like they've had a little bit more and more comfortable with each other.
Here's Smith rolling, opening a couple minutes of the third. Clark trying to change that.
Those are the ones that I think we should just let the plays happen.
Trying to swing it back the direction of Indiana. Clark stepping back, fading, firing. They whip it inside. Smith couldn't handle it. Right into the hand. WNBA on Ion. Check your local listings for games in your area. Playoff matchups on the line. Boston do a trip. Weaver have gone 4 minutes now without a made field goal. Carlton on
live, which makes it really good for offensive shot to get that moment. Man, what a great stopping pop there. It looked like she was going to go to defender, so just coming up and having that call.
Mitchell trying to feeds inside. Smith had it knocked away. Lexi, hold another steal. Mitchell looking aggressive. Mitchell going behind the back, stepping back into a deep two. Could have got a better look out of their possession. Collier straight away.
Which, if it goes, it's great. If it doesn't, you got to get back on defense and include big three in the second half.
Boston on the drive, gets inside and bang. Here's Clark. She's got numbers. It's a 4-on-3. Clark right up the middle.
Again, Collier is an excellent defense.
Less than 48 hours ago. Keeps it Minnesota battling for number 2. Fever trying to hold down number 6.
Not talking, and they're not moving with the person.
Mitchell, deep 2-point shots from Mitchell that we've seen in the third. As Collier working.
A nice easy finish there for Smith.
78% free throw shooter. And Louisville coverage begins at 7 o'clock Eastern. It's the National Women's Soccer away. Way too easily there. Here's Collier going coast to coast. Second quarter. Mitchell trying to create, but everything's difficult.
Just so physical and just was able to embrace the concept.
Pick up the intensity defensively. Here's Williams firing it inside. Collier hangs an 8-point lead. They have turned the tables here on Indiana. Mitchell gets on. Beaver had their way with it in the first quarter. Clark trying to get Indiana. Williams call on Caitlin Clark. It's her second.
Lining up and seeing something we've seen time and time.
Williams steps into a stymied there by Carlton. Clark driving on Carlton. Clark hangs and Visa Collier set numbers. Extra pass. Williams shot fakes the 3, pulls up and connects. Season. Or at least since the month of May.
She's passionate. She loves the game. She wants to win. But you've got to.
We'll get a brief rest on the bench. Mitchell stepping into a deep side. Look at the ball movement here from the Lynx and Hines Allen.
Made them pay by finding that open person.
Bentley, she was open. Passes up the shots. Cole steps into it too. Really feels like a key moment in this game as Hines Allen maybe shuffled her feet. 27-10 here in the third quarter. Have just 10 in the third.
Which the Fever have an opportunity to do that here, but
that'll send Indiana to the line.
He's so solid to see if they can get some of this momentum back into the fourth.
Heineman driving into back. Bentley off balance, feeds inside.
But also the mama, she does a great job just in all of her qualities.
Good defensive sequence there for Minnesota. Mitchell on the drive, the floater.
Calling. See if you can make somebody fall.
That high-low for Minnesota. Clark trying to create, find some space. Shot
bad late, and the Lynx are able to punish him.
Oh, corner. Much better start here to the fourth. And the Fever Hines Allen. And watched by Fag Bentley. Collier lines up. Mark's had a good one offensively, but that time turns it over. Uhas comes up with inside deep position. Collier misses from inside. And Clark, Mitchell, wide open. This has been a resilient group all season long. They started the season 1 in 8 game situations. Mitchell putting on the move. Shot off the mark there. Here tonight. Carlton, corner 3.
Tough defensive possession there for the
points here in the fourth after that 29-point third quarter. Clark on a handoff. Oh, had a moment there. Instead looking inside for Boston.
You are getting late. The offense is going to make
70% free throw shooter. And Chris decides to really sing your praise pregame. I think maybe what is needed of her for this team to win, and at times that's to take a back.
Growth from last year to this year, even college to last year to this year has been.
McBride extra pass. Williams steps into a 3. Can't connect. Jumping up with Timmy Pack Bentley and a lot. Williams on a crossover. Williams gets inside, floats in.
multiple offensive possessions. It's really going to not.
Boston setting up Clark. They've been three. Caitlin Clark summoning the sellout crowd to their feet. As Katie Lou Samuelson will check in. Bull gets layer here for at least a couple of minutes. Smith straight away, looking for space. Feeds it into Boston. Boston one bounce. And Lynx couldn't miss in the third quarter. They're struggling to get any. Williams watches.
Basketball. I think she had a wide open shot as well that she just decided to go.
Feeding it back for Boston. Inside, Samuelson open from the corner. Kick up four. Williams trying to pick her spot. Lob it inside.
Good block there by AB trying to get something.
Williams. Clark. Skip pass. Smith muscling inside. Mitchell launches. And hits
three. You can see Halbert loves that energy there.
Three. Heineman on the drive. Bounce pass into the corner. Carlton launches.
Over with Carlton. You got to be able to know where she's at.
Clark. Step back. Mitchell. Step back. Really an intelligent play there by Caitlin. It stops the back.
Be there for your players and get those touchdowns.
Clark is 25 minutes have shown out here tonight. Smith extra pass. Carlton, big shot.
Her teammates are looking for it.
A silencer from Bridget Carlton. Boston three. Look at Carlton making another impact play.
Wide open three.
The lead is now 8. All of a sudden
is on to that rebound, and they're pumped up on the road.
Rebound. Nice job by Heineman to evade it. Clark back for Samuelson. Hey. Heineman driving on Samuelson. Gets by her. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Give him. Couldn't get over the hump. Here is Clark. Difficult look. Boston thought about the three. She'll hoist.
Third quarter, and it just made him pay bucket after bucket.
Carlton started all of it. Had a pulse. McBenley back for a hole. 8-point game with under a minute left to play. The forced turnovers. Williams running into a double team. Dangerous pass hole near.
Her offense has woken up, and she's done a great job of finding her.
Goes in on the playoffs. Connecticut right now a 4-point lead. So that break. Indiana trying to hold on to 6. Here's Mitchell running it. And wow, after all of that.
And being able to stop those runs. When the team gets momentum, you got to be of that second half.
They really set the tone. They had a 10-point lead, and Minnesota rattled off the final 5 points of the, I think, a little bit of momentum as they headed into the locker room, and they.
It's extremely difficult to stay mentally in it, so you have to be able to good.
Double. There's Fagbenley from the corner, but this battle-tested Lynx team going to prevail all the way down to 1. It is the Lynx with 99 here tonight. So we'll take a